The Panthers have nobody else.
Shut up, brother.
Best in 5 years. Bucket on a pole. Birds pooping into the bucket, soiling the rainwater. Now has to keister the hose.
Be
Junior
for real,
came back
please.
from the dead. He was dead and he came back and he's gonna play another season.
Yes.
Bro. And now they're gonna get a quarterback.
Matter.
Forgot that. What are the Giants gonna do?
I got a feeling.
Suck on my left and my right nut at the same time.
Be for real.
Why?
Go to the Saints, they lose. Well, we don't have it, Zane. So pick home or
Just
away. What's up, brother?
Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like Dom singing. Blasting like bombs ringing. I guess I define winning.
I gotta get like warmed up. Like I'm sluggish, I'm sleepy. I gotta get. What are you doing? You're clapping your ass cheeks right now. That's what that looked like. You weren't sitting down doing jumping jacks, huh? I could jump a 40 right now. 40-inch vert.
Dude, touch your head on the ceiling. You won't.
Ah, jeez. I gotta make sure the dogs aren't around. I can actually do it. I can literally do it. That's why I had to put my hand there.
Okay.
My knees hurt. I'm
What's up,
35
brother?
years old. What's up, brother?
I'm Devin. That's Zane.
If you can say it, I can say it.
We're gonna go through the NFC East predictions today. We're looking at the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Commanders, and the Giants. Where would you like to start, Zane?
Eagles.
We're starting with the Birds, baby. We just talked about them not too long ago, literally about 10 minutes ago. They signed Saquon and they brought in Kenny Pickett. So starting in division here, Cowboys home and away, sweep to the Cowboys.
To the Cowboys?
To the Cowboys.
No.
Split where?
Home.
Eagles win at home.
Do you remember the terrible stat the Cowboys have playing away? 50% less. Literally 50% less.
So where do you think they are? So you think Eagles split, they win at home?
Yeah, we'll say they split. We just got done talking about the free agency moves. Hey, a spoiler alert, didn't bring up the Cowboys because they haven't said jack
yet
about what they're doing in the free agency. They haven't picked up anyone.
Next, sweep the Giants or
Giants.
Split.
Sweep the Giants.
Sweep the Giants, and then for the Commanders, sweep or a weird loss for one of them.
Weird loss.
So they lose at, what do you think they lose at home against the Commanders? Something real weird?
It depends. Whatever's closer in the beginning of the season. Yeah. Or no, whatever's farther away because they suck at the end of the year.
We don't have the actual schedule. So
I know, but whatever that is, we'll put that as a loss.
Well, we don't have it, Zane. So pick home or away. Okay. Now
Jacob G. Clymer-Smith.
Now moving on to the pre-filled games. They get the Falcons at home. We have that as a loss. They get the Saints. They go to the Saints. They lose. They get the Panthers at home and win. And then they go to the Bucks and they win. Mm-hmm. Now, moving on from that, we're going to the rest of the out of division games, starting at home versus the Browns. I don't know where to go with this. This one's really a tough split for me.
I really wish
that Browns defense is still going to be good.
I really wish like the Browns picked up somebody in this offseason.
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, but you hate Jerry Jeudy, and I kind of feel the same way. I don't hate him, but I just dislike him. But I mean, compared to the rest of their wide receiver core, Jerry Jeudy might be a superstar.
We saw how good they can be, like how good their weapons actually are. I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like maybe that coaching staff takes a look at things and looks at how Joe Flacco utilized it and tries to get Deshaun to do that.
Yeah, let's put a win. Because
you think they beat the Browns? But think about the
Browns beat the Eagles.
So it's a loss. Okay.
Yeah.
Versus the Steelers now at home. I think this is a loss. Pretty straight up.
Why?
Because I think Russell at the moment it's Russell as the starting quarterback, is an upgrade from Kenny Pickett, and that defense isn't changing.
Yeah, but the Browns have a great defense as well. And I would argue, like, yeah, George Pickens is great, but at the same time, we had a rookie quarterback who was kind of reliant on George Pickens, and like the rest of their offense was terrible. So like what do we have there? I mean, we have an underdeveloped team that is getting a new QB. It's very young, and then we have kind of we don't really have a young team on the Brown side of things. There's nobody young there. Everybody's been playing in the NFL.
I got a feeling.
We'll go with your feeling.
Okay. Now, away in Baltimore versus the Ravens.
Oh.
In Cincinnati versus the Bengals. We're talking about the Birds.
Who did they get? Who the Bengals get as a RB? They got someone. Zach Moss.
They got
Zach
Swift.
Moss.
Oh no, yeah, they got Zach Moss. And Joe Burrow's returning. I want to say this is a loss.
T. Higgins might be out though. T. Higgins wants out.
Yeah.
So and I
Dub.
mean like
Dub.
Yeah, it's a dub because I mean people are gonna really realize how important T. Higgins is.
Okay. Versus
If he
the
loses.
Packers.
Asterisk,
at home.
if T. Higgins leaves, they lose. Don't do that. I gotta put an asterisk right there. It's about T. Higgins. Suck on my left and my right nut at the same time. Yes, I'm done.
Okay. Packers at home.
Win.
Okay.
Packers are young. They might. Yeah. It's a regular season game. I can see that.
In Los Angeles versus the Rams. Dub.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Versus the Jags at home. Win.
Dub.
The Eagles will go 10-7 in the regular season and 4-2 in their division, a better record than I thought they were going to have. But I'm not surprised that we kind of change our minds a little bit with the signings that they've had.
Yeah, I mean, the only person that they really lost was Jason Kelsey. They still have all these amazing weapons.
Do we want to save the Cowboys and go for someone else? Or...
Cowboys go last.
So Giants or Mandos?
Giants.
Okay.
Giants.
So versus the Cowboys, they lose both games. The Giants were swept by the Eagles. And I'm going to say they split with the Commanders. Or do you think the Giants sweep the Commanders?
They split.
Win at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, moving into the pre-filled games for the Giants, we have the Saints in New York versus the Giants. That is a win for the Giants we have.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Bucks in New York. That is also a win for the Giants. We have the Falcons we have the Giants in Atlanta. We have that as a loss for the Giants. And then we have the Giants in Carolina versus the Panthers. That is a loss for the Giants.
We said the Panthers are going to beat the Giants?
Yes. I still like that. I still like that take.
With the Saquon Barkley trade, it makes more sense. But I mean, they could get a QB.
Moving to the rest of the regular season here. Giants versus the Ravens at home, loss for the Giants. Giants lose. Yeah, I'm just going to say the name. You give us your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Bengals at Giants.
Giants lose.
Moving over away now, we have the Giants in Cleveland versus the Browns.
Giants lose. Giants have a pretty hard schedule to start out.
Giants in Pittsburgh versus the Steelers.
See, this is like you with the Eagles, where you think the Eagles are going to be bad. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are still going to be bad. I'm amazed that they had the record that they had. So, what do you think?
I think that's a win against the Giants. Or sorry, a win for the Steelers, loss for the Giants.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Giants lose.
But you see how it gets confusing when you say stuff like that.
Yes. Now we have the Vikings in New York versus the Giants. I think that is going to be a loss for the Giants.
I think that's a win for the Giants.
Versus the Vikings?
We don't know who their quarterback is.
You're right.
That's a 50-50, and I'm down to give it to the Giants right now because all we know is that they're going to have like a backup or Josh Dobbs or JG McCarthy.
So loss So win for the Giants.
Win for the Giants because the odds are stacked against the Vikings right now until we know who their quarterback is.
Now we have Giants in Seattle versus the Seahawks. Loss.
Who's Seattle's quarterback? Is it still?
Geno Smith.
I thought Geno got dropped.
Geno
Still-
has one more year, and then they picked up Sam Howell, so it's one of the two. I don't like their chances against either of them, and they're also going to probably pick up Brock Bowers as well. They might.
Yeah. Giants lose that.
And then now we have the Colts in New York versus the Giants. That's a definite loss for the Giants.
Yeah, Giants lose 100%. Yeah, giving up Saquon. What did they give up? What did they get for giving up Saquon?
Nothing.
Nothing? Like
It
what are
was
the
free-
Giants
it was
going to
free
do this
agency.
season? Yeah, it's free agency. Forgot that. What are the Giants going to do?
The Giants are going to be 4-13 in the regular season and
Jesus.
1-5 in division. So now moving on to the Commanders, we have them splitting with the Giants, losing away. So it's a win at home and a loss away. We have versus the Eagles. We have the Eagles sweeping the Commanders, or no, we have the Eagles splitting with the Commanders. So the
That is
Commanders,
no, don't act surprised. That is a you thing, right? You're that is a you pick. 100%.
I know. I forgot I said it. Birds beating them. Cowboys sweep them. Moving on now to in or out of division games that have already been pre-filled. The Commanders in Atlanta, a loss. The Commanders in Carolina, a loss for the Commanders.
Jesus.
And then the Saints in Washington, a loss for the Commanders. And the Bucks in Washington, a loss for the Commanders.
Jesus.
Now, moving to the home games for the rest of the regular season, Commanders versus the Ravens at home, loss.
Loss for the Commanders.
We have the Bengals in Washington, loss for the Commanders.
Loss for the Commanders.
Moving to the away side of things, we have the Commanders in Cleveland, loss for the Commanders.
Loss for the Commanders.
We have the Commanders in Pittsburgh, loss for the Commanders.
Every time you say the word Pittsburgh, something inside of me just, rumbles around in my chest.
Dude, it's the Commanders. Come on. It's a loss.
I know,
for the
but
Commanders.
I mean, they could get a great quarterback, like you said.
I'm
you think
not.
Drake
No,
May's
we're not
great.
doing this. No.
So after all this argument that Drake May is like this great QB and like he's
Not good enough to beat Pittsburgh, bro. Stop.
apparently not good enough to beat anyone because they have a terrible record. After
Yes.
all this smoke you've blown up
He's
Drake
going to be-
May's buttocks.
He's going to be good eventually. He's probably going to be good in year 2. They still don't have a defense. The offense can be fantastic, but if you can't stop the other team from putting points on the board, you still lose football games.
Okay. Yeah. Take it a little. Commanders lose.
Commanders versus Vikings at home. What do you think? I'm going to leave this one to you.
Again, we don't know who their quarterback is. We have no idea. Like with the Commanders, we know that they're going to take a top 3 quarterback from the draft who is supposed to be great. With the Vikings, we have no idea what they're going to get. So I'm going to say it is a win for the Commanders.
Okay, now we've got Commanders in Seattle, loss for the Commanders.
You're just a Seahawks fanboy. They have like an entirely new staff too.
Bro,
they have a new
Commanders we're talking about, bro.
I know,
Stop.
but I mean,
Stop.
they have a
Be
great
for
wide
real.
receiver core.
Be for
They have
real.
Brian Robinson.
Be for
Jr.
real, please.
Came back from the dead. He was dead and he came back and he's gonna play another season.
Be for real.
Their offense is stacked, and now they're gonna get a quarterback.
Matter. It's a
I just
loss
want-
for the Commanders.
Fine. Commanders lose. I just want to put it on record. I understand all the weapons the Commanders have. Brian Robinson Jr. came back from the dead, playing another season.
Versus the Colts at home.
Loss.
Loss for the Commanders.
Loss for the Commanders. They're gonna. Are we really saying they have a worse record than the Panthers?
Yeah.
That's how it's looking right now? Are we really saying that?
No,
Do
they have
you
the same
truly believe
record.
that?
They have the same record.
Do you truly believe that though?
Yes.
Bro, Adam Thielen, Bryce Young. That's it. That's it for the Panthers. Commanders have
Yeah.
so many more weapons.
They don't have a defense.
A lot of teams don't have defenses.
Carolina does.
Chargers don't have a defense. Minnesota doesn't have a defense.
Chargers
they don't
are
have a quarterback.
Chargers, we're probably overshooting on the Chargers of what even their record after how they unloaded their freaking offense. Holy Moses. We have the Commanders going 3-14 in the regular season and
Jeez.
2-4 in division. So a better division record than the Giants, but still a worse record.
This is the worst team we've done. This is the worst because they have a better division record and they're 3-14 in the regular season.
Yeah.
This,
They win
this
2
is
games in division.
this is the
and
worst
then
team.
one.
This is the worst one we've done. Every other one I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. This one I can't see. Can't see it. Doesn't make sense.
Our final team in the division, the
Tripping
Cowboys.
because my shoes are laced.
Shut up, brother. Be
Bars,
quiet.
brother.
The Cowboys this is the last team in the division. I think they're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL from a record standpoint, not from an actual good at football standpoint. But now that I'm looking at it, they might not hit the mark that I think they're going to. So let's run through the division games and then we'll get to the rest of the regular season here. So we have them sweeping the Giants. We have them splitting with the Birds.
I'm gonna label this. Devin becomes a Cowboys super fan? Question mark.
And we have them getting swept by the Commanders, or have them sweeping the Commanders. Sorry.
Commanders sweep the Cowboys. Let's go, baby.
All right, moving on to the pre-filled games here. We have the Saints at home, a win for the Cowboys. The Bucks at home, a win for the Cowboys. The Falcons in Atlanta, a win for the Cowboys. And the Panthers in Carolina, a win for the Cowboys. Looking at the rest of the regular season, we have the Ravens in Dallas. Loss for the Cowboys.
Who's the Cowboys running back? Because they got rid of Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is somewhere else. I don't remember.
That's
where.
the big question. He's in Tennessee.
Who's the Cowboys running back?
Rico Dowdle?
They haven't signed anyone yet?
No,
I thought they signed someone.
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge.
Search it up. Look at me.
No,
Look
they
at
don't.
him.
They've signed
Who
3
would've
guys,
thought?
and they're all in the defense.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, definitely a loss. Ravens beat their ass.
Loss for the Cowboys
They lost for the Cowboys.
versus the Bengals.
Where? Home away?
Bengals in Dallas. Loss for the Cowboys.
I want to say a win for the Cowboys.
Win for the Cowboys.
Why do you think that they lose? Is it the run game? Because they didn't really have a run game to start out with.
Yeah, I think it's partially that, and I think I question their defense next year.
Cowboys defense.
Yeah, I just
Didn't-
have a weird feeling that Micah's going to take a step back.
And did you say they just signed a bunch of people to their defense?
They signed 3 guys? They signed Eric Kendricks, a linebacker, Jordan Lewis, a corner, and Trent Sig, LS.
Compared to the rest of what they have signed, that is 100% of what they've signed is to their defense. It feels like they're going heavily into their defense. And you think they're going to take a step back?
Maybe. I think I don't know why. I just have a feeling. But if you want to go win against.
I'm going to put it win Bengals at home.
Okay.
So what I mean by that, Cowboys beat the Bengals at home.
Next, we have Dallas in Cleveland versus the Browns.
I want to say this is one of the rare wins that they get on the road. Because
We
they have to
have-
win some games on the road.
Yeah. All right. We've got the Detroit Lions in Dallas. This is a loss for the
Loss.
Cowboys.
Cowboys lose to Detroit. Detroit's going to be deadly next year.
Now, we've got the Cowboys traveling to Pittsburgh. Win for the Cowboys.
It's so funny. It's so hilarious. This is the one Pittsburgh thing you've said where I'm like, oh, okay, Cowboys lose. This is the
If
one
you-
time. This is the one time I'm rooting for Pittsburgh.
Okay, I'll go Pittsburgh here. I'm fine with going Pittsburgh here.
Yeah, I feel like Pittsburgh beats them. Cowboys lose to Pittsburgh away.
We have the Texans just traveling up the road to Dallas.
Dallas win.
Dallas win. Really?
It's at home.
Now, this one's going to be interesting. I think it's pretty straight away, but I'm interested to hear what you say. Your 2 least favorite teams. The Dallas Cowboys will travel to San Francisco to play the 49ers. I think this is a loss for the Cowboys.
49ers mollywop the Cowboys.
Okay. I'm glad we're in agreement there.
Break Dak Prescott's confidence. Stick their whole fist up his keister. You know what I'm saying? He's on a life raft and he has to get water, but he can't drink seawater. So he puts a bucket on a stick, right? But birds have been shitting into the bucket. So what does he have to do? He has to keister the hose up its up inside of him. so he can take on water. Because if he drinks it, he'll get sick and he'll throw up. It's the only way he can do it. That's what that game's going to be like.
Why are we friends?
Bucket on a pole. Birds pooping into the bucket, soiling the rainwater. Now has to keister the hose that was in the bucket to be able to survive for longer. Survival tip, if you didn't know that. If you ever get stranded in the Atlantic Ocean and your phone can only play this podcast for whatever reason, saving your life. Give me $100. Saved your life. Or just be a man and tough it out like the rest of us.
The division falls as such. The Cowboys will win the division at 12-5 with a division record of 5-1. The Birds have a possibility of making the playoffs here, yet to be seen until we finish the NFC. Coming in at second at 10-7 regular season, 4-2 in the division. The Giants will head up the third spot at 4-13 with a record of 1-5 in the division, and the Commanders will bring up the pack at 3-14, finishing 2-4 in the division. Zane hates the Commanders one. I think it's pretty darn realistic.
No, I just can't see it. I can't see a world where the Panthers are better than the Commanders this year.
They're the same. They have the same
The
record.
Panthers have done nothing.
They're both
They
3
have nothing. The Commanders have a top 3 pick. The Panthers do not have a top 3 pick. And you see no improvement coming from the Commanders, who are going to get a star-studded quarterback that you claim. You claim this top 3 draft has been the best in the past 10 years. That's what you claim.
I didn't say 10.
What do you say then? 8, 5?
5.
So this draft class for quarterbacks, best in 5 years. Commanders are going to get one of them. You don't see them being better than the Panthers, who do not have a first round pick.
You were preaching that it's not Bryce Young's fault.
I don't think it is, but the Panthers have nobody else. Who can Bryce Young throw? Who can Bryce Young throw to?
This guy.
Adam Thielen's 36 years old.
This guy.
He's about to be a grandfather. There's
This
nobody. The Commanders have weapons. The Panthers have nothing, and they have nothing to get them to that next level. There's nothing the Panthers can do for next season to improve. They have no draft pick. They haven't made, at least as of right now, they haven't made any sort of movement in the free agency. Haven't made any trades. They're going to be the same team. Commanders are going to be making moves. They're going to get new people. They're going to get new coaches. I mean, you don't see any sort of scenario where the Commanders are better than the Panthers. That's crazy. And you're dumb and your brain is small and my brain's big, right?
We have done the AFC East and the AFC West. We have the AFC North and South to pick from for next week. What do you want to do?
Crap. I had Chicago. What team's Chicago? What division is Chicago? I want to do Chicago.
No, that's NFC.
Damn it. AFC South.
So we're going to be doing the Texans, Jags, Colts, and Titans
Ooh, I picked a good one.
next week. This will be fun indeed. Oh, gosh, you're so dumb.
And you have sex with donkeys. So who's really
At least
dumb?
I have.
Son of a bitch, you're right.
Listen here, you bastard. I'm Devin. That's Zano. And this is Buffet Sports.
Oh, yes, brother.
You can catch us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at buffet.sports. We post every day, if not twice a day. Today, we went through the NFC East, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. The NFC East. That's what we went through today. Zane thinks the Commanders are going to be way better than 3-14. I think that that's pretty accurate to where they're going to be. Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye, brother. See you later, brother.
See you later, man.